Hey guys, I hope everybody's having a fantastic day, whether you're watching this in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening. I'm glad you guys are here. So today we are going to take a look at my top carried EDC fixed blades so far for May. I try to switch up my EDC carries. I typically carry them as an enhancement to my everyday modern folder and my slip joint. Some of these I've been carrying on my belt by my appendix, and some of them in my pocket. But before I get started, I just want to say thank you to all the channel members. I appreciate each and every one of you. And thank you to anybody who's come in to check out my knife and EDC content. Thank you. If so inclined, hit subscribe. If not, please just come back and check out the content. So the first knife I've been carrying a good bit this month that I haven't spent a lot of time carrying. I've definitely used it a good bit. But I've really come to appreciate what a great little EDC knife it is. And this is the Made in USA Tops Crowhawk. I picked this up, I want to say, at Amazon for probably about $65, $70. I'll leave a link in the description. But it's got G10 scales, G10 liners, and it has a very, not a wide handle per se, but enough of a handle to get a good grip, with a very nice choil. So for me, this is a full 3-finger knife, and it does have a place to put a lanyard. So if you wanted to have a short lanyard to give you a little bit more grip back there, you could. This is 1095 tool steel, treated in that very abrasive material that Tops uses to keep their blades in good shape. This is probably going to be, let me take a peek, amongst the smallest of the knives in this thicker grind. Still very slicey. Again, you've got that rough treatment on the blade. You've got a thicker grind here, but you've got a very stable little poker, little prior, little hard use EDC fixed blade. Has great retention of the sheath. This came with a loop and a breakaway little lanyard for a neck loop, but I have found that it carries a lot better right by my appendix, by my belt buckle, in the appendix style. And again, just a small knife, comes in, I'm guessing right under 5 inches. Let's see. Right over 5 inches, like 5 1/16. And the blade, if you measure from where the blade starts, is 2.5 inches. The cutting area is 2 1/8. And the handle to that choil is right under 3 inches. So from right here to right here is right under 3 inches. So an easy 3-finger knife. Squeeze to get 4 for me, but for most people it'll be a 3-finger knife. So one of the ones that's been on my belt quite a bit is this little Tops Crowhawk. Moving on, we come to a little custom that I carry in my back pocket or in my left pocket. And this is a Lancelot leather slip with a Jason Grant custom J-Cal small, which I think is going to be a 5-inch. Small J-Cal cleaver. 5 inches, a tall, thick, flat grind. You've got these hand-filed, what I call gripper style jimps. You've got these screwed on G10 handles. Super ergonomics. The J-Cal in all configurations is super ergonomic. And this is a slicey beast, but most importantly, it's a pokey beast. A splinter digger. And just a fantastic detail cutter. And a slicer. I have not put this on a stone. But a great little knife. Carry it vertically in my back pocket. It is a tape destroyer, an Amazon box destroyer. get into packages destroyer, and just a really fun knife to carry. Takes up a little bit of space. I love the Lancelot leather clip, and love it. Just a big winner. And then moving on, another knife that I got early on in my EDC fixed blade knives from one of my local buddies. Used to be NAS, and now his company, he started making knives, is Luck Knives. He's making a ton of different knives now, guys. This was one of his first knives he made, and this is the Luck Knives Squall version 1. It is in rough cut Magna Cut. It's gotten beautiful micarta handles. It has got a super, super, super slicey blade. Comes in right at 5.5 inches with a 2 3/4 inch blade and a 2 1/4 inch cutting area with a 3-inch handle from this forward finger choil back here. So I can get a full 4 fingers on this knife with absolutely no issue. And from a slicer, from a cutting standpoint, it is therapeutically slicey. Heat treated at, I think, 64, 65. Very slicey little knife. I love the form factor of it. I love the sheep's footy blade. I love the fact that it fits my hand like a champ. And I really love the fact that not only was it made by NAF Sergeant, aka Luck Knives, but he did a great job on it. Sheath retention is great. Pop out's great. I love the strap. I love the Lego sheath. I just think it's a winner. One of my favorite knives because it does have sentimental value. I bought this from Lefty EDC, who bought it from Luck Knives, and I've kept it. It's a forever knife. I love it. So moving on, we come to one that I hadn't carried in a while, and I don't know why, because it's an absolutely wonderful knife. This is my Brisa Scaria, or Scara. It is a RWL 34 blade steel. I want to say this is made in Finland. I cannot remember. It's not US, but it's got one of the sliciest EDC blades in the collection here that we have. Got a very sharp spine, so you could definitely get a ferro rod to strike off of that. It is a small knife, but what's unique about it is it has a full size, in my opinion, width micarta handle with G10 liners. You've got this nice choil that incorporates both the tang of the knife and the scales. So I can get a full 4 fingers on this knife. And it, of course, has a place for a short lanyard if you want a little extra. And you can easily get it with 3 fingers. It's small. It's agile. It's very, very capable, whether you need to cut firewood, you need to feather stick something, you need to skin something, you need to protect yourself from something. Takes up no room at all. Great retention. I wear it in the same place. I split the belt buckle right by, or split the belt loop right by my belt buckle. So this is very close to my belt buckle. So I'm carrying it appendix style right up front. Comes out like a champ. RWL 34. Super comfortable micarta handles. A little bit more of a handful than some of my super lightweight knives. But a great, great, great carry knife. And this might be the smallest one on the table. Let's take a look. Nope, this one's 5.5 inches with a 2.5 inch blade, 3-inch handle, and a right under 2.5 inch cutting area. So that is the Brisa Scara 60 or Scara 60. Great little knife. Moving on, we come to one of my more OG knives that I've been carrying a good bit lately. And this is my MKM Macro 1. The Macro 1, I picked up the carry kit, and it comes with a branded Ulti clip, comes with a Kydex sheath, Comes with a leather neck loop. Comes with 2 leather straps if you want to carry it horizontally. I like carrying it in my back pocket. But this little knife is a Jesper Vaknes design knife, just like my MKM Micro. This thing is perfectly balanced, as you can see it laying on my finger. It has got ergonomics that are to die for. You've got this light jimping on the heel with a lanyard loop that's just in the perfect spot. You've got your jimping exactly where you want it, where you're putting pressure on that blade. This is the drop point variation, the Macro 1. I also have the sheep's foot, which is the Macro 2. I'm more of a fan of the Macro 1. It's an M390. Super, super slicey. Super pokey. Splinter digger. Slurpee saver. Hiking companion. EDC companion. Big enough to be your primary folder replacement if you only wanted to carry one knife. This guy's going to come in right at 6.5 inches with right under a 3-inch blade and right under a 3-inch cutting area. And that handle from the back to that front finger choil, we'll call it roughly 3 3/4, right under 3 3/4. But guys, again, perfectly balanced. Micarta scales that you could remove if you wanted to skeletonize this. MKM, tumbled finish, a Vox design, fantastic Kydex sheath. Comes with a leather sheath that works very well if you want to just do it as a pocket dropper. But I like the Kydex because I either carry it horizontal on my belt and my appendix, or I'll carry it vertically. Great knife, great materials, great ergos. I'm a huge fan of MKM, Viper knives, Mercury knives, a lot of the Italian fixed blade makers. For some reason, they just do a great job in my opinion, and this is no exception. The Macro 1 has been in my pocket a lot this month. Which brings us to the final knife that I've been carrying quite a bit, and I'm carrying it right now actually. It is, and I've even got the factory clip on it because I've been moving my Ulti clips around. This is a great factory clip, by the way. If you're looking at, I don't like the Boker branding, but if you're looking at it in the pocket, you can drop this thing in your front and your back pocket. It's going to lock up great. You've got this perfect finger push off to help the knife deploy. But this is the Boker Daily Carry, more economical version of the Boker AK1 Daily Carry. This is the American Tanto. The American Tanto is a Soligen Germany made knife, but it is made out of N690 steel as opposed to the RWL 34, and it comes with a little Kydex sheath as opposed to the leather sheath. Not quite the quality G10 scales as opposed to carbon fiber. The lanyard loop in this particular model is fixed where it doesn't have that ability to flip it around and hide the lanyard tube, but that's neither here nor there. I like it because I can kind of treat it as a beater knife. When I say a beater, it's super slicey on the flat, therapeutically so. So it's a fantastic slicer. But you've also got this fantastic front point. I'm not giving it a good pull. It's very slicey, and more importantly, very stabby. Because you've got that very pointed American Tanto. I probably need to put that on a stone just to get it a little sharper. But guys, from an ergonomical standpoint, I have 2 of these AK1s. I have the original in RWL 34, and then I got this little Tanto because it was available for under $200, which blew me away. These knives carry great. They're very light. They're very thin. They're going to come in right at, and I'll measure from the back of the handle, 6 3/4 inches. If I go from the handle to the choil, I'm at 3.5 inches. right here to here. My blade length is going to come in at full 3 inches. My cutting area is also going to be 3 inches. You've got the satin flat, and then you've got the stone washed up on the spine. Just a really, really nice little knife. So guys, for May, these have been the EDC fixies that have been adorning my pockets. When I say adorning, they have been in my back pocket or on my belt. And they are kind of on the smaller side, but they're not my most tiny. But I find that for an EDC fixed blade, I don't need a huge knife, a full-size knife, like my Redline or my Essie or something like that. Usually a small, little, slicey, cutty, pokey knife is all I need, and these cover all price points. I think the most expensive one in this group was probably this one right here. Most of them are under $100. This one's under $200. This one's right around $150, I think. But guys, that is the Tops Crowhawk, the Jason Grant Mini J-Cal, the Luck Knives Squall OG first version, the Brisa Scara 60, the MKM Macro 1, and the Boker Daily Carry AK1 American Tanto. Guys, I hope you found that video somehow informative, educational, helpful, entertaining. Please be up. Thank you, Joe Isabella. And guys, thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. If you're still here and you haven't yet, I beg you, please hit that subscribe button and that bell notification icon just to help me out. But more importantly, please look out for the guy or gal to your left. Please look out for the guy or gal to your right. Please look out for each other. Go forward with love in your heart. And please choose debate, not hate. I love you all. Peace.